Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts. Who is more likely to seize the Lombardi in Super Bowl 59? Will Mahomes bring it home for the Kansas City Chiefs? Or will he face a loss that hurts so good in this year's rematch against the Philadelphia Eagles? To answer that question, we're breaking down who is favored to win based on the metrics of strength, body composition, and dietary habits. I'm your host, Hannah Marie, the Strong RD. Disclaimer that I'm from the greater Philadelphia area, but I'll try my best to be unbiased in my professional examination of Mahomes and Hurts. The hat's red. Before we kick things off, I do have to give you all a little brotherly shove and push your tush to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more nutrition edutainment. All right, enough about me. Let's get to the QBs. Starting with their strength stats. Now, obviously the guys do some intense training on the field as well as strength and conditioning work. But because this channel is all about being strong with resistance exercise, we're gonna be focusing on the guys' raw strength in the weight room. And I'm a powerlifter, so I'd be remiss if I didn't compare their performance on the big three: the squat, bench press, and deadlift. Both Hurts and Mahomes are well known for their impressive strength, and it appears they've both squatted 600 pounds. However, Mahomes is 225 pounds, while Hurts is 223 pounds. That means their absolute strength is the same, but Hurts is relatively stronger. Absolute strength only considers the max force someone can exert regardless of their body size, while relative strength takes body size into consideration and is commonly referred to as pound for pound strength. So when we look at their max squat in that sense, Mahomes is lifting about 2.67 times his weight, while Hurts is lifting 2.69 times his weight. That may seem like a minute difference, but when it comes to professional athleticism, a fraction of a pound or a second separates the winner from the loser. And Jalen wins the squat. What about the deadlift? Mahomes can allegedly deadlift 500 pounds or 2.5 times his body weight, and has been recorded in training pulling 300 pounds on a hex bar. According to thebarbell.com, Hurts' best deadlift using a standard Olympic bar was 585 pounds. And in 2021, a video circulated of the Eagles quarterback pulling 620 pounds on a hex bar. In other words, Mahomes' deadlift training is a literal warm-up for Hurts. Still, 2.5 times body weight for a deadlift is impressive. For a little girl! Lastly, let's look at the bench press. Hurts' best bench was 335 pounds at Alabama. As for Mahomes, well, he doesn't even lift.
Boom, roasted.
From an aesthetic standpoint, Mahomes has been mocked for his dad bod. But he doesn't seem to mind and has even been directly quoted about it, saying, "I definitely have the dad bod a little bit. I'll also say I have a great body for a quarterback. You've got to have some padding in there to take the hits that we take." That's fair, I agree. Safety first. And it's also true that functionality and performance are a lot more important than looks for a star quarterback. In fact, Mahomes having abs would be detrimental to the Chiefs' success if it meant he would be quick to fatigue on the field. An article published in September 2024 stated that Mahomes' body fat percentage is 14%. So he's still better than average. Hurts has been quoted saying his body fat percentage is just 7.1%, but he reassured that he's as sturdy as ever. But what about safety? From the looks of this photo, it's safe to assume that if another player comes at him, all Hurts has to do is brace his core and he'd break a fist with those abs of steel hiding underneath his shirt. So to summarize, Mahomes has a dad bod and Hurts has a rad bod. This just goes to show how two people who are pretty much the same in height and weight can look very different depending on their body composition. It's a prime example of why you shouldn't get fixated on a particular goal weight. Muscle is more dense than fat, so the more muscle you have, the heavier you'll be. If your goal is to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, you may not see the number on the scale move much, and that's usually a good thing. It means you're actually doing something right and gaining the mass that makes you stronger and healthier. Not to mention, muscle is the most metabolically active tissue in the body, meaning it burns a ton of calories even at rest. The more muscle you have, the more you burn during exercise, but also doing absolutely nothing. So when Hurts and Mahomes watch back the Super Bowl 59 replay on the couch, Jalen will burn more energy just sitting there. Unless, of course, Patty's heart rate and respiration rate increase from reliving the loss. He might also burn more calories reaching for the tissue box to dry his tears. Sorry, not sorry. But hey, if you want to learn how to build muscle, check out this video right here. Spoiler, it has a lot to do with your protein intake. Speaking of protein intake, let's take a look at the quarterback's diets. Hurts has stated that he eats a lot of protein plus greens. Eagles greens? He credits his diet for his impressive conditioning.
35-30, 25-20, Jalen Hurts, touchdown!
Though there isn't a ton of public information about his specific meals, probably because it's a top secret, Jalen has mentioned that his diet mostly consists of greens, lean proteins, healthy fats, fruits, and whole grains. Through the lens of a dietitian, it sounds like he's knocking his nutrition out of the park. Or should I say, kicking his nutrition through the goalposts. As for Mahomes, he seems a bit more lax when it comes to his dietary habits.
My snacks. Yep, there it is. I have to keep my body in shape, so no one tell my trainer this or the Chiefs. But I'm a big snacker. I like to eat a lot of chips, candy.
He told Yahoo Sports, "I just try to eliminate some of the bad meals, the fast foods, the foods that aren't great for your body and don't help you get the most of it." He takes an intuitive approach and doesn't count calories. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's arguably the best strategy for someone to be health conscious without becoming health obsessed.
I'll throw some cheese on top of that spaghetti. Oh, man. I make some great tacos, dude.
Still, I've got to give this point to Jalen because he's had his nutrition dialed in for years. While Mahomes has been quoted saying he's gotten much better with his nutrition as of late. Now, I may be a bit biased, but a nutritious diet is the secret sauce for optimal athletic performance. And Jalen's got the sauce. Literally, he puts Louisiana hot sauce on everything. Not only is it a healthy way to add flavor to meals, but hot sauce also offers anti-inflammatory benefits thanks to the capsaicin. It's a phytochemical found naturally inside chili peppers that make them spicy hot. Capsaicin is so effective at reducing inflammation that it's actually used as a main ingredient in many topical pain relievers. Let capsaicin be thy medicine. So we ain't even sweating that knee injury from the playoff game against the Rams. I don't know why I said we, because as mentioned in the intro, this is an unbiased video and I am not at all implying that I'm rooting for the Birds. Mahomes, on the other hand, should be sweating, and not from triggered heat receptors from eating hot sauce, but because his guilty pleasure is a pro-inflammatory sandwich full of high fructose corn syrup. You're probably guessing it's PB&J or fluff, maybe Nutella? Nope, not even close. So what is the sandwich, you ask? Y'all, it's a ketchup sandwich. Yes, sir, you heard that right. While most normal children go for a peanut butter and jelly, Mahomes has always preferred ketchup between two slices of bread. No meat, no cheese, just ketchup. Although ketchup is derived from tomato, it's far from healthy. In fact, it's mostly sugar and empty calories. But Mahomes doesn't seem too concerned. He puts it on everything. He's even got a paid endorsement with Hunts. Hunts. Had to hunt down the Hunts. That's not the only brand deal Mahomes scored as a result of his excessive consumption. He also proudly promotes Coors Light beer. How did he land that gig? By pounding a full 24-pack at the 2023 Chiefs Victory Parade. And while I am a dietitian that promotes being able to enjoy alcohol in moderation, drinking 24 beers in one sitting is not exactly moderate. I'd call that borderline alcohol abuse. If you Google Jalen Hurts' favorite alcoholic beverage, even AI can't find any information. If you ask me, he's the real MVP. Most virtuous person. I don't expect anything less from a man who pauses a GQ interview to answer a FaceTime call from his grandma.
I'm doing this thing with GQ right now.
You want me to hang up and you could call me?
Nah, we on the phone now.
I guess I got a little preachy there, but I can't help it, okay? Alcohol is literal poison to the body. In fact, the unpleasant symptoms associated with drunkenness are caused by your liver desperately trying to clear a toxic byproduct of alcohol metabolism. It's known as acetaldehyde, and if it builds up in your body, it can literally kill you. They don't even sell alcohol in the Jersey stores. This is still foreign to me. Let's be real, no one enjoys a hangover. Or peeing constantly, which is what happens when alcohol suppresses antidiuretic hormone. Gotta pee, 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 gotta pee. Because alcohol is a diuretic, it increases your urine production. Peeing a lot without replacing your losses voids the body of nutrients and leads to dehydration. This is true in the case of alcohol, or when you're getting a sweat on from intense exercise or heat exposure. Dehydration should be taken seriously by everyone. I need it! But especially by athletes. That's because just 2% dehydration impairs coordination and performance. Consequential electrolyte imbalances cause muscle cramps and can increase the risk of injury. Not to mention American football is of special concern for dehydration due to the uniforms and heavy padding that increase sweat rates. Balancing sodium, potassium, and magnesium is critical for players, not only for performance, but also to maintain a regular heart rhythm. Symptoms of dehydration can range from a mild headache and nausea to severe dizziness, fatigue, delirium, and worst case scenario, heat stroke. That's why Jalen emphasizes his hydration habits, drinking plenty of water and cutting out the sugary beverages. He's endorsed by Lemon Perfect. It's a sugar-free electrolyte drink that Hurts loves. He says it satisfies his craving for good old-fashioned lemonade.
I got this new drink. I drink Lemon Perfect. It's a really good drink. It's like lemonade. I love lemonade, but it's a healthy option for it.
When life gives you lemons, you sell Lemon Perfect, and you make a lot of money. But hey, Mahomes hydrates too. I'll give him that. But not surprisingly, he goes about it in a really weird way. What could be weirder than a ketchup sandwich? A ketchup sandwich alongside a nice tall glass of pickle juice. Isn't that a Jersey thing?
Ew, Nicole. Oh my God. I never knew how much I miss pickles and pickle juice. It's like an overwhelming feeling.
I mean, I'm from Jersey, but I prefer Gatorade. This is actually water, though, because I'm not working out. And you don't need Gatorade if you're not working out. Little tip. And it makes sense that Mahomes would be into drinking pickle juice because, as they say, you are what you eat. And drink. And Mahomes is certainly going to be in a pickle when he squares up against Hurts, who clearly dominated every metric we explored in this video, just like he's going to dominate at Super Bowl 59. I'm taking home this celery just like Hurts is taking home the Lombardi, baby.
Where are you going? You need to pay.
Oh, I have to pay. I'm not stealing, I swear. On that note, I gotta chop up this Super Bowl celery. Because what kind of a dietitian would I be if I wasn't preparing a vegetable tray for the Super Bowl party that everyone's inevitably going to ignore? But whatever, more for me. And if you want to learn even more about Jalen Hurts' diet and how you can use his strategies to fly like an eagle, check out this video right here. Until next time, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Go Birds! Oh, this is fresh. This is some A1 celery. Could use a little bit of that Louisiana hot sauce. This really is my favorite part of the Super Bowl party. People only care about the chicken wings. I'm there for the celery. It's so hydrating. If you're drinking alcohol at that party, make sure you grab a celery stick, all right? You'll thank me tomorrow. Yo, go long!